Hi, this is Robin Manning, and I'm going to review Pluto Pay, a cardless mobile first financial app that simplifies transfers, savings, and family budgets. My role on the project was end-to-end UX design, research, UI design using Figma. As an overview for Pluto Pay, it's a mobile-first fintech app that simplifies how people send, save, and schedule money without relying on traditional banks or credit cards. The primary users would be parents and college students who are managing budgets and building financial confidence, while secondary users would be working professionals looking for a flexible tool to automate transfers in their daily lives. Um, so the main thing about financial apps is that currently what I found was that a lot of families are struggling to find a good budgeting tool that can allow them to transfer and share expenses in transparency with their children. Currently, in the United States, we have over 18 million college-bound students annually, and that's a great potential for having tools that can be able to help students entering college to be financially sustainable. So the main items while I was doing my research, which I was looking with for users all between the ages of 22 and 69, were that they were looking for independence with support for parents, looking for ways to allow their children to have financial autonomy. And then also flexible payment options. Splitting payments was something that was important with budgeting, and then also having alerts that allow users to have better control of their budgeting. And then also having balanced parental guidance. So parents didn't want to micromanage their children, but they also wanted to have insight on how their spending was trending on a monthly basis, so that they could budget without going over budget. And then also simplifying and customizable budgets. A lot of professionals were looking for customizable tools that could allow them to have more flexibility for their custom spending habits. And then lastly, just having a strong security system that could keep their financial information private. So what I ended up doing was creating some personas based off of my research that reflected the users. As you can see here, there's a working professional and then their journey through the app. And then I also had a student with their journey through the app as a first-time person using financial tools. And then also a parent who was managing a budget for their family. Once I was able to define the users in these personas, I then was able to move forward with the low fidelity prototype. And what I did through the process of my prototyping was have users be able to test it out and give me their feedback, which helped me redefine how to create a better tool that people could use intuitively for the flow of using these prototypes from low, medium, and high. One of the things I noticed while creating my prototypes is that there was some confusion with my transfers as well as my budgeting tool, which um, what I got from feedback was that people really wanted to have a very specifically described categories that were explaining what the features were along the navigation bar. So what I ended up doing when I created my high fidelity was really focus on trying to create hierarchy of color, as you can see here, and changing some of the descriptions. So, for instance, I went from budget to auto pay so that people could see that it wasn't just a straight transfer. For auto pay, it was more transfers that were happening on a scheduled basis, which was a lot clearer for users to be able to set those specific automated transfers in an auto pay system as one of the features on the navigation bar. So the core features that I was focusing on were AutoPay, Pluto, Orbit. So these were kind of like UI experiences with the app, and then also looking at some new innovative features that allow users to have an easier, more flexible time of having transfers. So using chat-based payments and also photo-linked purchases, so that people could just have more flexibility using a financial tool that could be more tailored toward their specific needs. You can see here, here's some of my UI elements that I was looking at from previously up here, like having the Pluto Orbit as an alert system. When you enter your phone, you get updates on your financial spending, and then also just creating very clear color choices that were accessible throughout the app. You can see having just very high contrast buttons that people can see, color coding for different types of success or error messages, and then having very high contrast. You can see originally I had less contrast, and then after looking through some better contrast colors, this is what I ended up coming up with. So the main items that I was looking at here was just creating two types of applications, one for native app display and one for desktops. So you can see here, these are expandable different windows for a vertical scroll for the application. And then for the desktop display, having a bit more real estate and having different areas that uh, have the navigation bar on the far left, and then your main content for the main body, and then a bottom third for additional informations for users to be able to find more contact informations and questions that they might have. Fonts and icons, depending on whether it was a app or for the computer display, were different sizes, and then had different hierarchies that were going to be consistent between both the computer display as well as the app displays. And the final design, as you can see here, is here. But one of the things I wanted to review is some of my reflection through the process of iteration. And what I found was, just it was really important about asking users exactly what their friction points were, and taking note of those friction points so that I could make a better flow that users could use without getting confused. I mean, the main takeaways were improving the navigation layout for a cleaner, more organized feel, and then also clarifying some of the descriptions for the elements and buttons so that it's clear for users, and then increasing my consistency amongst icons and typography so that both the native app and also the computer display read in the same way for aesthetics and branding. So now I'd like to jump into the app so you can just get a feel for how you might navigate this prototype. So you can either log in or you can be a new user. So I'm going to pretend like I'm a user. I'm going to log in to the app. It's going to load me in. And then down here, you can see the different parts of the navigation. This for the accounts is going to display just your overall accounts that you have. And then you can click on different accounts to see what's happening financially. And then these are going to be high-level cards that you can scroll into, see a bit more information or change categories if you want to have more specific details for your different financial tracking tools. And then the auto pay is going to be all your different budgets. So here you can see you've got music, college budgets, grocery budgets, and they're on different schedules. So you can click in here and see exactly by what account you want to select it from, who the money's going to, setting it on a weekly basis, and then a start date and hitting submit. And then there you have it. You have a very simple way of creating automatic payments that happen on a schedule. Then you've got transfers, which runs very similarly to how you might use a tool like Venmo or something like that. So you can select individuals, add them, remove people, and request or receive payments. So it then goes through a secure system of Plaid, which is what a lot of different retailers use for their security for transfers. Here you have insights, and in insights you can have any AI generated memo. So here you can see here's one for your spending between the months of March and June, very specific if that's what you're looking for. You can create alerts that then you can track certain categories that will automatically go to your alerts. You get a high level summary of some of your spending habits. And this is a section here where you can, if you want to save, it gives you solutions. So if you want to maybe save on your memberships, you can add that in there, and then it will automatically add to your spending. And that's pretty much it for your. Sorry. That's pretty much it for your insights. And then lastly, here's your account within the app. So you can see how much money that you have in your account that you can transfer or add money to. Here you have your savings account, which you can see your current interest rate that you're collecting and how much you've gained over the year to date. And then any exchange to monies that you want to transfer if you're an international traveler and you need to bring money into different accounts on very low fees, so that you can just have money that's more fluid when you're traveling or if you're trying to transfer back to your country of origin. Well, that's it, and thank you so much for joining me on my review of my application and some of my experiences while learning how to work with users to create this application Pluto Pay. Thanks, and I'll talk to you again next time. ఆల్రెడీ 90